is shifting, and the old map doesn't work anymore. This is Legal Pirates, a podcast for founders, operators, and personal injury leaders who don't wait for permission to lead change. We are category designers and collaboration friendly. Each episode explores the moves reshaping how law is built, delivered, and trusted. One question guides every conversation. What map are you using now that the old one no longer works? Let's navigate the shift. Hey guys, I have Jason Melton here today in our living room, so to speak, our virtual living room. Hey, yeah. Jason.
Hey man, thanks for having me.
So he has a lot going on, a couple different companies, so we'll get right into it. It's not your normal introduction because there's so many different things to talk about, but yeah, thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Nick. I appreciate being here. We're here at the AI for PI conference in Orlando. This is the first one that PILMMA's ever put on. It's an interesting topic. It's topical.
Yep.
And they don't have Google conferences anymore, so
Nope.
At some point this will have a shelf life, but it's very cool right now.
Yeah. Search went to answers.
That's right.
Almost overnight, it feels like.
Yep. Yeah.
So, well, first of all, you're a personal injury attorney.
Yep.
What's the name of your firm?
It's Whittle and Melton, Whittel and Melton.
Whittle and Melton.
Yeah.
And you're in Florida?
Yep. Our home office is in Spring Hill. Most of our work is like Tampa Bay, up into the villages, up into Gainesville. We don't get into Orlando too much. We do a little bit, but it's like that. I call it almost like a Bermuda Triangle of Florida that nobody talks about.
Yeah.
So that's where we are.
Awesome.
And almost by design, because both my partner and I, we met as prosecutors in Miami, so we wanted to go somewhere where there just wasn't a lot of other people, which was true 20 years ago. That's not true anymore.
Right.
But it certainly was when we first started. And that was part of the reason why we got so successful so quickly, is because we went somewhere where, frankly, there wasn't professionals, and the professionals who were there were 70 years old, sitting on their hands. And so we were the only ones running around doing stuff.
That's
not the case anymore, and part of that has to do with the internet. But at the time, it was great. We're talking about early 2000s. This is still yellow book, yellow page generation. So there's a lot of running around, hustling, and it was perfect for young lawyers. I mean, of course, I would maybe pick some other cities now to have started the firm, but at the time, it was the fastest.
Yeah,
way
how would you have known?
For sure.
Yeah.
It was great.
So just before we get into your history, what about the other companies that you have?
So in 2020, I co-founded Regents Remote Services, which is a full-service virtual assistant company. We're based out of Mexico. Most of our folks are in Monterey. It is truly the only single path that I know of where you can spend less money to get more talented people, because you essentially take advantage of the currency and you hire people with amazing educational backgrounds to do tasks that, frankly, it's very difficult to find Americans who want to do the stuff and do it with passion and be loyal and show up. And I love the folks there. They're the greatest employees, and
awesome.
A lot of the folks in my office now are working at them already.
And so, I mean, other than that, were there other places in consideration, like Philippines, where people mostly go for assistance?
Yeah, so part of it had to do with Mexico, and part of it had to do with the sort of the history of hiring from those countries. So I had not done any hiring outside of the States, and my only exposure to it was people hiring from India and Pakistan and the Philippines. And what I found from them is that they told me some great stories about price, and I wasn't hearing a lot of great stories about quality.
Right.
So they were getting amazing rates on people. Maybe you might burn them out 3 or 4 or 5 months down the road. You go get another one, and I'm like, it feels like you're just changing a tire with other used tires. You're not. It's just not a tire that you want to run a trip in, right? And of course, I remember as a kid replacing my tires with used tires. So that's actually
what an analogy!
That's actually a real. That's not just an analogy. I actually did it.
I absolutely love it.
So I know what that feels like. So. And then the people in India and Pakistan, same thing. Plus, you have this issue of them working overnight, and I'm like, there's got to be a better way. And because I grew up in San Antonio, Texas, I had a relationship with Mexico, and that's their city is basically an extension of Mexico. My dad had done work through Mexicans with heavy equipment. There was a heavy trade in that area at one point, and so I knew that people had worked. Like the Monterey area was an area where people were doing a lot of work. I had friends that went to grad school down there from South Texas, so I knew there was a real channel here. And just through talking to some friends, I got hooked up with a friend of a friend, and we grew up across the border from each other. Our childhoods were almost identical. We went to the same beaches, had the same experiences as different cars. I made a best friend within an hour, we've been business partners ever since.
Oh, wow.
And
He's in Mexico.
He's in Mexico, right? He's in Monterrey.
That's
on the
fascinating.
American side, and so we created this company. Well, we did it for my firm, and it worked. And then I'm
Oh,
like, let's
I
just
see.
create a company because I have all these friends who need help. And then the third thing I do is that I help run the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers, which is just an awesome mastermind group of lawyers who, some of us ride, some of us love motorcycles and used to ride, and some of us work in areas where we have a lot of clients who ride. So
I've seen you guys online. Brilliant
you
niching
don't have
down
to
like
be
that.
like, in a associated with a motorcycle club. You don't have to be someone who rides every day. You could be someone who rides a bicycle and not motorbikes. The point is if you have enough clients who ride motorcycles and get in accidents, or if you want to represent more people who ride and get in accidents, being in our group is awesome because we explore all types of marketing, all types of legal issues, picking juries. There's a lot of bias against bikers. There's so many things we get into, but then we also just talk about running law firms, and it ends up being a great mastermind group and being a mastermind member in PILMMA for now 9 years, being involved in NAML. Like, we've got some, like, the range of law firms we have in NAML is exceptional. We have some firms that are enormous, and then we have some firms that are a little boutique. So it's a market exclusive club, and it's a cool place to talk.
So, Jason, what I'm hearing is that you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Which one is a lawyer or entrepreneur first, would you say?
Well, I think I'm a pretty good lawyer, but I mean, I like the entrepreneurial stuff better. Growing up, we didn't have really any professionals in my extended family. But my father was really good at sales. And he was in the ladies' clothing business.
Okay.
And so after basketball practice or football practice, I immediately didn't go home. I went to the store. And I would help with, selling clothes, talking to customers, whatever. And that's just sort of like, that's been a part of me since I was a kid.
That's awesome.
And it comes very naturally to me. But I think picking juries and doing depositions, I think I'm pretty good at that too. But the truth is, I had nobody to really emulate growing up as a professional. It's not like we had accountants or anybody in the family. And ironically, my cousin, who also didn't have anyone like that, is now a trial lawyer in Florida and works with Morgan & Morgan, and we talk all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, nobody knows we're related, but now I'm on this podcast saying it, but like it's very funny. And we had nobody to base that experience on, and we both ended up doing the same kind of work in Florida, even though we were both raised in Texas with no attorneys in our family.
Yeah, so how'd you get to Florida?
So,
by the way, that's amazing. That's just a coincidence.
It's really strange, yeah. And it's great too because our relationship, he was like the baby of my mom's sister, and because of our age difference, we didn't spend a lot of time growing up together, and now we have a great relationship.
So truly a coincidence.
Yeah, it's really cool. So I went to law school in DC, and I was really fortunate to get an offer from the state attorney's office. It's like the DA's office in Miami, and I got what I would consider like the greatest training experience for any young lawyer ever. I don't care. I guess it's possible in LA that you might have an experience like this, or in New York, but I think Miami is the best because in Miami you experience some of the worst lawyering, some of the worst behavior of defendants. You also see some of the best lawyering. You see some of the best judges and some terrible ones too. And the behavior just runs the gamut. I mean, we had. O.J. Simpson was in one of our courtrooms at one point. Jose Canseco had driving issues. Like all these weird things are going on. I remember we had an actress. I can't remember her name right now. She had a DUI in Miami Beach. She drove like right into like a facade of a building. Like if I had gotten some job like that in town, I wouldn't. So this stuff was going on all the time. And so because of that, like it's just a great training ground. And I was a decent student, but I wasn't crushing it. And so I was in a way fortunate that I wasn't a better student because I would have been pushed into a law firm, probably of some recognition.
That's
I
interesting.
probably would have been treated as like a runt, and I wouldn't have gotten real exposure.
Right.
Whereas because my grades were kind of average, it was a perfect fit for that kind of job, and I got so much trial experience in such a short amount of time that I was really, kicking way past.
You were like, you were thrown to the wolves.
Yeah. It was great.
Awesome. So just to end this, and we're at an AI for PI Expo here at PILMMA.
Have you seen my Instagram page?
No.
It's amazing.
Okay. I can't wait.
It's very good. Very popular.
Cool. What's the handle? What's your handle?
At Jason Melton Esquire.
Okay.
But if you just look up Jason Melton, you'll find that I'm the only Jason Melton with
I'll follow you today.
Followers. You'll love it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's good
Jason
stuff.
Melton Esquire.
Yeah. And that could only happen because of my virtual assistant company in Mexico, because I'm
nice plug.
I can't do like all the editing and stuff. I just shoot the stuff,
And they edit it.
I send it to my guy in Mexico. He fixes it up, and we post it. That's it.
That's great.
Yeah, and it can be that easy.
So with AI, what are you seeing? What are you learning here today? What are you doing with it?
Great example of AI. So on Saturday, the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers is giving away a $20,000 motorcycle to a guy that won a contest. We do this contest every year all over the country, and it happens to be in Orlando on Saturday, and which is in 2 days. And one of our members can't make the giveaway, right? And I said, listen, I'm going to give the motorcycle away to him. I'm going to say that I'm you, and I'm going to talk about your law firm. And then after that, we're going to take that video and we're going to shove it into AI, and they're going to transform me into you with your voice. And he's going to end up with a video where he is me with his face on me and his voice saying all the things that I'm saying. And that's because of AI.
What a weird use case. Awesome.
But it's going to work.
Yeah, that's cool.
We've already seen the tech. We've already done it.
Yeah. Awesome. With like 11 Labs or something like that?
I don't know. He has the app. But I'm like,
so I know 11 Labs is probably the best for voice that we've seen. I don't know how they do the video side, but 11 Labs is pretty cool.
Head onto my head. Like, it's going to be great.
Awesome. So Jason, any last words or closing statements to anybody listening today about AI? Any thoughts?
I mean, if you're a young lawyer, I would just tell you, if you want experience, go ask for it. You would be surprised what older lawyers will let you do for them if you're not going to charge them. You want to sit second chair at a trial, you want to sit in a deposition. Well, most of us are like very charitable people and would love to help younger lawyers. Because I always hear about young lawyers saying, "Oh, I don't have a firm. How am I going to get experience if I don't have a firm?" And blah blah. Just go ask. I mean, maybe I'm going to get 100 calls now, but like, you'd be surprised. We all talk about it. Like,
great advice.
Young lawyers, like, just ask for it. You get the experience.
And a lot of times, I was talking to this with my partner. Talking about this with my partner. It's the ones that like follow up and really want it.
Absolutely.
And that's you could stick out so much.
How about apply to work somewhere where there's no job posting?
Wow, yeah.
I just talked to a friend of mine. He just hired a very high-end person who just called. Here's my resume. I'd like to work for your law firm, and here's why I think I'd be a good fit.
Oh, so just a little bit outside the box,
Yeah, just go apply where you want to work.
Jason, it's been great talking to you. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, man.
So aside from Instagram, is there any better way to reach you?
You can always email me through my website.
Okay, cool.
No
All right. Thanks for coming on, pal. This is great.
Appreciate it. Okay.
Thanks for listening to Legal Pirates. Remember, the old rules aren't coming back. Follow the show and keep charting your own course. We'll see you next time.